Perceptive readers, this is the Bible Basic English translation of Joshua chapter 24, verses 1 through 15. Then Joshua got all the tribes of Israel together at Shechem. He sent for the responsible men of Israel and their chiefs and their judges and their overseers, and they took their place before God. And Joshua said to all the people, "These are the words of the Lord, the God of Israel. In the past your fathers Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nahor, were living on the other side of the river, and they were worshiping other gods. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the river, guiding him through all the land of Canaan. I made his offspring great in number and gave him Isaac. And to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. To Esau I gave Mount Seir as his heritage, but Jacob and his children went down to Egypt. And I sent Moses and Aaron, troubling Egypt by all the signs I did among them, and after that I took you out. I took your fathers out of Egypt, and you came to the Red Sea. And the Egyptians came after your fathers to the Red Sea with their war carriages and their horsemen. And at their cry, the Lord made it dark between you and the Egyptians, and made the sea go over them, covering them with its waters. Your eyes have seen what I did in Egypt. Then for a long time you were living in the wasteland. And I took you into the lands of the Amorites and the other side of Jordan, and they made war on you, and I gave them into your hands, and you took their land, and I sent destruction on them before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, went up to war against Israel, and he sent for Balaam, the son of Beor, to put a curse on you. But I did not give ear to Balaam, and so he went on blessing you, and I kept you safe from him. Then you went over Jordan and came to Jericho, and the men of Jericho made war on you. The Amorites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I gave them up into your hands. And I sent the hornet before you, driving out the 2 kings of the Amorites before you, not with your sword and your bow. And I gave you a land on which you had done no work, and towns not of your building, and you are now living in them, and your food comes from the vine gardens and the olive gardens, not of your planting. So now, go in fear of the Lord, and be his servants with true hearts. Put away the gods worshipped by your fathers across the river and in Egypt, and be servants of the Lord. And if it seems evil to you to be the servants of the Lord, make the decision this day whose servants you will be, of the gods whose servants your fathers were across the river, or of the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But I and my house will be servants of the Lord." You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality.